Okay, so now we're going to make wonton. Now wonton is one of our favorite dishes, so I'm going to show you how to make it. If you're going to make wonton in future, we've placed everything down here very nicely so that you can follow how we make our wonton. It's a very simple one, it's our first time, so we're going to try it too. With cooking wine down here, you can use rice wine or cooking wine, dark soy sauce or light sauce, garlic, egg, tapioca flour, or you can use corn flour, so either tapioca or corn. Then we've got meat here. This is 500 grams of pork, minced pork. You can use minced chicken, up to you. We wanted pork because it will have a more chewy feel, solid feel. And of course the wonton pastry down here. So this can be purchased at any of the NTUC or supermarkets. Yeah. First thing we're going to do is to settle the garlic. Now how we do that is very simple. You have the bulb here, cut it off, and it tears off. Then you tear everything off and just break them apart. Okay, the outer skin will come off. Now once you touch the garlic, you don't want to touch your eyes, otherwise you may tear. Okay, so over here, break it up, separate everything as much as possible. And you want to remove the bulb at the bottom. So I'll teach you how to remove the bulb in a while. Very easy. Okay, now in this position, what you're going to do, take the bulb, put it down here, lay it flat, same thing again, hold with fingers here and use this top portion to actually push the knife away. Make sure it doesn't go near your fingers. Cut that off, and I personally like to cut the top off too. Something else dropped. So that's done. Next one. It's 2 at a time. Cut the bulb off. Once we're done, we don't have to remove the skin. I'll show you what we do. Just take this and put it down here. I tilt the knife down a bit so that it's not going to cut your hand. Okay, you have to be very careful about this. If you're not certain, I'll teach you another method. Take the fat part of the knife, go on top of the garlic, prepare your hand there, and just hit down on this side, not the sharp side. So keep your hand away from the sharp side. Once that happens, okay, that's not very well done yet, so let's try it again. This is actually a bit hard to use because this thing is coming up, so you want a flat board, okay? Once that happens, the skin will actually just come off. You just pull it off and you're done. From here, have a solid firm surface. You just have your hand at the top here to support the front of the knife, and you're just going to cut down this way. It's actually much easier when there's a lot because then they will all jumble together. Once again, put them down and cut them in small pieces. Now, of course, if you do not want to do this, you can actually use a blender. That's a faster way. But otherwise you can do this. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the base of the knife to aim on every single portion which is big, and then I'm going from left to right now. Okay, and we're going to continue doing this until the bits are very small. Alright, so let's go through the whole process again. See, the difficulty for us is this board has this high edge here, and it makes it very hard for us to press the knife down because it'll be at an angle. The whole board is actually slanted. Okay, so what he does, number one, cut off the bottom bulb. He throws it away, so we have a handy bag there. Cuts off the top too. Okay, so you press it down, then everything comes out this way. Okay, so just now we said that we will teach you another way of banging this garlic down. So what you do is you actually use this rice scoop or anything flat or anything heavy, okay? Same thing, put it on top, but this time there's no sharp edges, so it's much safer. And then you just put your hand on top, and in the same way you just hit it down as hard as you can. Now the harder you can hit it down, the more it breaks open and it'll be easy. So there you go, skin's all out. So what we're going to do now is to continue making the wonton. It's very simple. Now what we have here is the meat. So what we're going to do is use the scissors to cut open the meat packet. That is 500 grams of meat. Now instructions always give 100 grams or whatsoever. It's really up to you because we don't like food to be too unhealthy, so we like to dilute the food. Okay, most importantly is enjoying food and living long, not enjoying food and dying early. So we cut open the meat and we're going to have this big pot down here. So this is like a big pan where you put all your things in and you're going to stir it. Now the bigger it is, the better it is, because the smaller it is, it's going to be much harder to control. First thing to do once you have opened the packet of meat is to drain all the blood into a plastic bag. Now you don't want to drain it into a sink. It's going to clog your sink and cause a lot of germs. So drain the blood. Then you're going to wash the minced meat. Just pour water into the packet and squish it around so that everything gets wet. Then you pour it off again just to make sure that the meat is clean. Once you're in this position, what you're gonna do is to re-wash the meat again. Make sure that everything is really just soaked and washed out, in case there's any dirt or any impurities in there. The main portion of this whole thing is just making sure that the meat is dry and clean. After you're done with that, you're pretty much done. All your ingredients are just dumped in, mixed together, and you get your wonton. Okay, so now that all the water is drained out, we're just gonna put the garlic in. Then we're gonna put in the egg. Put about 1 tablespoon of cooking wine and 1 tablespoon of soya sauce. For now we use dark soya sauce, but you can always use light soya sauce. Then finally you end off with 1 tablespoon of tapioca or cornstarch. What we're gonna do now is to beat this whole thing. Make sure you mix it up well until it becomes a sticky substance. If you find that it's too wet, what you're gonna do is to add tapioca flour or cornstarch. So the more of that you add, the stickier it is. For now, I'm gonna add 1 more scoop of corn flour. What helps this whole thing to stick is the egg as well as the flour. So you add as you want, as you wish, until you get a substance which you're comfortable with. It should feel a bit like Play-Doh, but not as hard as Play-Doh. Okay, so for the last part, we are just going to use the wonton skin. There's a small plate of water down here, and this is the meat that we have. So what we're going to do first of all is to get a spoon, tablespoon. At the same time, you're now going to pull off 1 bit of this wonton skin. Now, you have to note that this skin is made of flour. So if this touches water, the whole thing will stick. So make sure your hands are dried. So over here you can see it's like splitting stickers up. Pull off the 2 sheets. You have 2 thin layers of wonton. So with this, what we do, we take a spoon, about half a spoon or how much you can fit in there. Not too much, otherwise it will not be able to close. So just a bit, put it in there. Then you're going to take water, dab it on your finger, go through the top of this wonton skin, just once through. This forms as glue, just a bit of it. Press it down with the other end, so now you form a rectangle. Then you're going to press it down until it forms this semicircle in the middle. After which, you're going to press these portions up. Whatever portion that is not having the meat is just going to be pushed up this way. So you get this like a hat on top of head. This way. Hold the 2 ends. And now, you're going to put water again, just a bit of water on one end of it. And take the other end and stick it on top. That is my first wonton. Something like that. So one more time, wonton skin, split it up. I'm just going to use one corner of it. Take a bit of this. So for now, I'm going to try to experiment putting a bit more meat. Same thing, get a bit of water, go through the top to form as glue. You can also go through the corners here, so that everywhere where there's no meat will begin to stick. Once we're done, we press down on the areas where there's no meat. So it forms this semicircle. I think I put too much meat, it's starting to come out. Now if there's too much meat, what you have to do, just push out the meat, then stick the whole thing together again. Push the skin down, the portions where there's no meat, forming up this way. And with the 2 loose ends here, facing yourself, you're going to take water and put it on one end, and use the other end, just press it on top. Okay, so now we have been making wonton for some time, and we just got this very interesting idea. And the idea we have is we are going to make the biggest wonton possible, or at least to date. So what we need, 4 skin sheets, 1, 2, and another 2 more. So this is a big wonton skin, and we're going to take quite a bit of meat and dump the whole thing in there. Water to the top. Okay, we press it in. Look, it looks quite okay. Get the semicircle. This is a palm-sized wonton. Add a bit of water here. And then this goes in here. It's a huge wonton. So this is a mega size, palm size wonton. This is the wonton that we just made. So this is his first one, it burst, but then it improved over time. I like this one. This is like a little mini sheep. And then the third one, his fourth one, got way better. 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th, and you can see it's just improving. My first one is underneath this big one. This is the first one. Look pretty smashed up. The second, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And I'm experimenting a lot with the amount of meat we can put in. And then this one we did it together. This is a super huge one. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cook some of this wonton. Okay, so now that the water is boiling, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take 3 of this. 1, 2 and 3, and we're gonna let it cook for a while. Okay, so this is it. This is our wonton that we just tried making, and it's our first time. I think we had quite a lot of fun doing it, and I think it's a pretty good try. We've got noodle in there, we've got vegetable, the chicken, and we've got wonton, and now we're gonna take the soup and pour it over, and that's pretty much our meal for today. It's already 12 now, and yeah. Okay, I know I felt so badly at letting you guys know what I did today, but I can show you what we did, okay? It's just that I didn't manage to record everything because it was a really busy day. I was practically we were actually spending the whole day just doing work. And let me show you what we've been doing, okay? So look at all these things. These are the playing cards that are going out to our boxes in the next few days. So we were supposed to put this out in boxes by today, right? But we never managed to do so. So we have all the boxes here, it's stacked up. 3 boxes, big boxes here, and then these are all going out, so all in different locations. We've got another few more boxes there. So for each of these we have to actually tag them and get them ready. So we check them and make sure that they are all okay before they get onto the boxes. So even like cases like let me show you, like this, we take them out where the plastic is actually just torn. Okay, I know it's not very clear on oh yeah, now it's clear on camera. So these are things that we look out for. Then we updated our online system, which actually updated the stock of all these things. Then we went for dinner. And you may be wondering like, hey, then why didn't you record for dinner or like what you're doing, right? I misplaced the camera. It just vanished. Before I take this scene, my camera was lost for about like 30 minutes. I went around the whole house and just couldn't find where this camera was. I told you that these things are supposed to go out by tomorrow, right? But we just got some call, and I'm kind of busy on WhatsApp now. Got lots of messages to settle, lots of things, lots of orders that are just coming in, okay? And the thing is this, we won't be in Singapore. We're not going to be in Singapore tomorrow. So I've got like, it's already 12, I haven't packed anything, and now we have to pack and leave Singapore to go overseas. So yeah, everything, this is how packed we are, and this is how life is for us. It's so sudden, it just comes and bam, and okay, let's pack up, let's go. I'm gonna render this video for you guys, like now it's like 12, so I'm gonna rush this for you guys. Hopefully I can get it out by tonight. Join us, thank you, and stay cool, stay awesome, and be your best always. Bye!